My name is Ross Davidson. I have two permanent stomas, a colostomy and a urostomy. These were as a result of surgery that I had for colorectal cancer. The lead up to the surgery was pretty challenging. 3 months of chemo, followed by 5 weeks of chemo and radiotherapy together. And then the major surgery was 8 hours on the table, 3 surgical teams. It was pretty brutal, the recovery from that. However, it worked, and I'm pleased to say that I'm all clear, all my scans are clear. Throughout my life, physical activity has always been really important to me. Running, cycling, lifting weights, ice hockey. And once I was diagnosed, I did my very best to stay physically active throughout and give me something really strong to hang on to through what was a very unsettling and confusing time. But somehow in my semi-coherent state that I was in at that time, I ended up watching these vlogs of this guy who traveled around Thailand, and I thought, if I get through this, I was going to get back out to Thailand one day. I was pretty resolute about that. When the surgery was complete, I was then living with my new setup. It's been a bit of trial and error over the past few years, getting the right setup that works for me. The urostomy was the one that required the most getting used to. I did have a fair number of leaks at first. I switched to the Ceraplus product. It has a really great skin feel when I put it on. I have real confidence in the adhesive properties of it. When it's on, I just know it's going to last. And my skin around the stoma is great. Just like living comfortably with it and knowing that I don't have to worry so much. The Ceraplus product has been a real game changer. Jumping forward almost 4 years from the surgery, I decided that I was actually going to realize that promise that I'd made to myself about getting back out to Thailand. And I just thought, hey, how about we incorporate Thailand and cycling? So I went in, I typed in cycling routes in northwest Thailand, and up came the Mae Hong Son Loop, which is a 650 kilometer massive loop in and out of the northern Thai city of Chiang Mai. I had talked my brother and a friend into joining me. It was a realization of a dream, really, for me to be doing this. I had booked my flights, done all the research, spoke to all the right people, got all the products sent to me that were going to be necessary for a successful adventure. I was ready to go. So there I was, just arrived in Bangkok, got to the hotel, checked into my room. So I laid all my stoma supplies out. And after all my painstaking preparation and careful research, realized that I had somehow managed to only bring 6 urostomy pouches for this entire trip. I was about to head off on a 1,200 kilometer bike ride through a tropical country. I just thought, I'm here now. I'm just going to make it work. One way or another, I was going to make sure that these 6 pouches lasted me through the next 22 days.
That was a brutal climb.
And lo and behold, it did. And in fact, as I left Thailand, I still had 2 pouches left. 4 pouches saw me through 1,200 kilometers of bike riding in that heat where I was drinking 6 liters of fluid a day, sweating profusely over 22 days. Pretty impressive, really.
On we go.
A huge realization of what I'd hoped to achieve shortly after that surgery. It was a very poignant way to end the cycling journey that I'd been out there for. Standing there in front of Thailand's highest peak, holding my bike up. It was very emotional, actually, because it just kind of brought together so many positives, negatives. I remembered the guys that were in the hospital with me when I was recovering, and very sadly, they weren't alive. So it was an extraordinarily poignant and proud moment, something that I never would have done if I hadn't been through the ordeal that I'd been through. Thanks to using the Hollister Ceraplus urostomy products, I was able to achieve my dream of cycling the Mae Hong Son Loop.